Leon, what a performance you have made in the last two tournaments, winning both of them. First, the Bad Woerishofen in Germany, and then the Hit Open in Slovenia.
Mm.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Sagar, and thank you for inviting me also on your show.
Of course, Bad Woerishofen was a great event. You scored 7.5 out of 9, but in this tournament, the Hit Open, you scored 9 out of 9. Would you call this like something which you never thought of, or what's your feeling like?
Um, Actually, at the beginning of the tournament, I thought I had a chance to score 9 out of 9 because, like, okay, Sabino, like the second guy, is the second seed who I defeated in the seventh round. I think he was pretty strong, but now I think I would be like considerably better than him. I thought, at least in my mind. And yeah, basically, I thought I was significantly stronger than the guys after him, like third seed onwards.
Okay.
So I thought there is like a chance if I play well and if I have luck on my side, there's a chance I might score 9 out of 9. Yeah.
Wow. And also, this tournament was not part of your sort of plan, right? In this trip.
Yeah, exactly. Because there was like no real good tournament in this period, like after the previous tournament in Germany,
Hmm.
till like next month, there was like literally nothing. So we thought like, why not just play this? It's like the dates kind of fit in, and I would have like a break between the this tournament and the next one. Yeah.
But it's insane, right? Because a tournament which you were not planning to play has given you 26 elo points, which is
Yeah.
actually at this rating of yours, which is 2558. Gaining this number of points usually takes at least 2 to 3 events.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So you would be very pleased with this. I want to go through some of your games from this tournament, but first to understand, you went to Germany to play in the Bundesliga in February. Am I correct?
Yes. Third, fourth, and fifth. Yeah.
So you played 3 days. Then you went to ChessBase in Hamburg, right?
Yeah.
And you recorded a Fritz trainer
Yes. I recorded a Fritz trainer, and
on which
yeah, it was a
topic?
very nice experience. And yeah, basically, it was a different feeling, kind of recording in a studio. And yeah, I like the experience basically. Yeah.
On which topic did you record?
I recorded it on this opening knight f3, d5, e3, which is Vincent Kemmer's specialty.
Oh, so this is a
I've played it
repertoire
also
for
a few
white.
times. Yes, but
But then you don't recommend B3, yeah, later.
it depends on which setup black goes for. So like I've basically there are different ways he can play. He can play c5, he can go for c6 systems, e6 systems.
Hmm.
So it basically depends on what black goes for. Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it. So then you did that. You also stayed with Frederick, right, in Hamburg, and
Yes.
that would and you were. I think it's one of the first times that you traveled alone to an event. Your dad wasn't there, right?
Yes, I mean I went to Bangladesh, but yeah, first time in Europe at least.
Wow, that must have been a special feeling. Do you enjoy going alone, or do you miss your dad when you travel alone?
Mm, I'm not too sure. It doesn't make much of a difference to me.
Right.
I
Okay.
mean, when I'm alone, I'm just much more self-conscious that I don't lose any belongings. But like when my dad is there, I'm not too worried because
Then you are focused on, okay, should I play this opening? What to play for the
yeah,
next round? Yeah, it helps you in your
exactly.
chess. And then you went to Bad Woerishofen, and then from there to Slovenia.
Actually, after staying with Frederick, we came to Hungary because I played 2 games in the Hungarian league
Oh.
for a team called Aquarena Kobania,
Mm.
which is pretty strong. And we won the first like the match we played. I don't know which round. I have no idea which round we played, but we won that round. And the next round we drew 6-6, which was quite incredible. But I won both games, so that was pretty fine. Yeah.
Wow. So you are on a roll right now, Leon. What do you think has I wouldn't say changed because you have been constantly gaining rating and improving, but has something changed in the last few months, or have you worked on something? What would you say is just something that has helped you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like since I became a grandmaster, I haven't really significantly improved my rating a lot. So that is like, I don't know, close to 2 years or something already,
Hmm.
a bit more than 2 years that my rating has been quite stagnant. So yeah, basically I was getting a bit frustrated and putting a little more pressure on myself. So that was basically what I think led to this stagnation. But I spoke to Vishnu sir, my coach,
Hmm.
and he basically helped me out with this thing. And yeah, I think that was the major breakthrough which helped me to understand like what was wrong in what I was thinking. And yeah, maybe it wasn't really the chess part, but it was mainly in my mind. Yeah, the
Would you
problems were.
say like putting more emphasis on outcome is what was the main issue?
Yes, exactly. And it was much deeper. The concept of that was much deeper than I had expected and thought before.
Okay.
And it's once I started thinking differently that I understood how difficult, like how bad my situation was before in my thought process.
If you don't
So,
mind sharing it, would it be possible? I'm sure a lot of other players might also
yeah,
be
yeah.
going through that similar thought process and can improve.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, I was just like, Um, I was honestly just too worried about how well my play would be judged by a computer.
Mm,
So, like, I wanted to play like always perfect moves judged by the computer. And then I lost like that human touch, yeah. And once you lose that human touch, you aren't playing chess anymore.
mm,
And basically, you cannot play like a computer, so there's no point. But I had this illusion in my mind because I was working a lot on openings and I was using the computer a lot. So I guess this was a result of overuse of a computer, which, as I now realize, is really quite dangerous. So I got into this situation, and yeah, basically, I had it in my mind that I should always play perfectly. And even like games I would win, I would not be satisfied because I made mistakes. But
mm.
that is like, you can't help it. You're a human, yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, so Vishnu sir helped me understand this, and once I understood this, I was really like I felt free.
Mm.
You know that feeling like you just feel free, and yeah, basically I felt my games, the quality of my games has been like improved considerably. Yeah,
So now you just play chess as more like a battle between two human beings rather than going for accuracy.
exactly. It's like I've played chess before I became a grandmaster. Also, that same way I've attained that same way. So
Wow.
basically, I had to undo stuff to go ahead. Yeah,
I guess this stuff of accuracy would have helped you at some point because you would have been like way off the mark at some point, and using the engines, you might have
yeah,
gained new skills. But then it
exactly.
became a hindrance at some point, so you unlearn it, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
it's amazing
exactly,
how our mind works. Yes.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Hmm.
this is fantastic, and because of this you have reached a live rating of 2596 now. Does that
Mhm.
does that number matter to you?
Not really. Like even like Vishnu sir said, and I also felt I should have been 2600 some time back already now. But because of these problems, it's kind of delayed. So I guess I'm getting to where I should be belonging. Yeah,
Right, right. And I think your trip continues now. You are going to play a few more events as well.
yeah.
Which ones?
Next, I'll play the Bundesliga weekend on the 1st and 2nd of April.
Mm.
And we are facing quite strong opposition, the Feinheim. I'm not sure they're the first or second best team or third best. I don't know. But most likely I'll get some 2680 or even 2700 if I'm lucky.
Wow.
And the second team will be not as strong, but some 2560 to 2600 range opponent. Yeah. So pretty good weekend this time.
Ah.
And after that, I'll be playing these tournaments in Spain. So first will be La Nucia in Alicante, and next will be Formentera,
Okay.
Sunway Formentera. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Okay, we are going to keep following you, Leon, but let's go to some of your games. Firstly, your second round game against Lavrencic Matic. You
Yeah.
were playing with the black pieces. He opened with
Mhm.
e4, c6. knight f3 d5, it was the Caro-Kann, and d3. This line is becoming very popular, and as a Caro-Kann player, I played Caro-Kann for a long part of my career. This was never played against me back when I was playing. And now when I
Hmm.
saw it, I thought this
Hmm.
just doesn't make sense. Yeah, but
Yeah,
then
yeah.
I started seeing games, and it's a very potent weapon, no?
Yeah, exactly. Like 20 years back, I can imagine that this thing wouldn't be popular because at that time they were still like kind of trying to get clear advantages, and this kind of stuff doesn't appeal to them. Like even like guys from the 70s, 80s, 90s, top players, I don't think they would play such kind of stuff. It's just like very recent, 10 years back, and yeah, this kind of stuff is popular. Yeah.
Okay, so you went e6.
Yeah. So this is some kind of sideline because the main line is d takes e4, and you have to go into this endgame, queen d1, king d1. And I don't know, this computer gives some slight plus, but it
I believe there's
practically
some
doesn't make a difference.
g5 move, no, at some point in this line or something like that.
I'm honestly not too familiar this line, but if I'm not mistaken, maybe g6 is the move. I have no idea about g5 and all that stuff, but
Maybe I'm mistaken. I thought some point it is played, but okay, yeah. So you
I'm not
went
too familiar this
e6.
line, so you may be right. I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah,
E6, right?
so e6 is a sideline because I didn't want to come walk into his preparation. I played one game before in queen c7 also, which is technically possible, I guess.
Hmm.
Like theoretically, I mean. And but yeah, I didn't expect this line from him, and I thought he surely would have prepared something. And I knew this sideline e6 was quite interesting, so I played it. And sure enough, he was out of book.
But now you
And
are
yeah,
playing essentially the King's Indian attack with one tempo down.
yes, exactly. And the main thing to understand is also instead of g3, if he plays d4,
Yeah.
we've transposed to French.
That too. Then you are in this Tarash territory with one tempo down,
Yeah.
which can be even more dangerous.
No, this is just French
This is not one tempo down because he
because he
played
went
d3
d3 and
d4.
d4.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So it's quite funny. And in some other line, he can transpose to advanced French. So yeah.
Right.
Like
Right.
instead of knight b2, he can play e5, I think, and that's already advanced French.
Ah, here.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. e5, c5, c3, something like this.
Very interesting. But I
Yeah.
like his choice because recently
Yeah.
Gukesh visited Mumbai, and he
Hmm.
he recorded with us some videos on Chess Ranga, and he talked about King's Indian attack. And after seeing
Ah.
7, 8 of his wins, I've started to feel King's Indian attack is the opening to
Yeah, he
play.
used to use this weapon quite often, like when we were both like an under seven, under eight. So he definitely has a lot of experience in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he used it till he became a GM. And
Oh wow.
let's see how you dealt with it. Bishop g2, bishop
I just
e7.
play the same way. Yeah. Basically, accepting that one tempo down. Yeah.
Yeah, knight d7, knight
Yeah. This is all
f1.
normal stuff.
Very cool. Yeah, h4.
But apparently, this is not the best plan, which I had not known. Like to go in this position one tempo down, White is actually doing quite well with
For
this
sure.
extra one tempo.
For sure. I mean, this looks very dangerous for you. Knight h2.
No, I'm not sure for sure or not because it's a closed position. No, that's why.
But
And that one tempo, what I would do with a5, and then what?
no, no, the idea for white is to start like bishop f4,
Hmm.
h5, h6, and if you
Yeah.
play h6 by chance
Hmm.
to stop it, then after queen d2, knight h2, knight g4, so I mean
Hmm.
that one tempo
Hmm.
might matter, right? Because generally black wants to get queen c7, move the rook, and bishop f8, and you might not be in
Exactly.
time for that.
Exactly. I was thinking about this whether I'm in time or not, and it seemed to me that I am.
Okay.
But I think in the other lines, like Black is playing some a5 or something, and
Yeah.
that's where the tempo is going. So I thought it's not much of a difference, but apparently I haven't checked it too deeply to be honest. But
Hmm.
yeah, it's definitely very interesting to wonder what these differences are in
Correct.
one tempo.
Correct. Okay, knight h2, queen c7, bishop f4.
Yeah, this is like the normal plan I know, so I stuck to it because I thought it was in time. Yeah, and here, yeah, I was not sure about this knight g4
Yeah.
because after bishop f8 he's kind of stuck.
Hmm.
So I thought
Hmm.
maybe you should think about playing g4 here.
Yes. G4, G5 can be also a plan.
Hmm. But then also there's the question, would you like to do to the knight on f1? Because then it could go to g3. So yeah, I'm not
Mm.
too sure these nuances, but
No,
it
also
was
knight on
definitely
h2
interesting.
maybe not the best time to play it there, right? Like here, he could have started with this because if in case
Hmm.
you do this, there are these tricks
Yeah,
with knight d5.
exactly. Exactly. Yes, yes. This is one of the important nuances. You start with bishop f4 because now I can't have to delay queen c7. Maybe I
Yeah,
have to queen b6 or something. I don't know.
correct.
Yeah.
So
So now we are happy to say knight h2. Yeah.
yeah, so here now you did it the perfectly. You went with your bishop
Yeah.
back,
Mhm.
c3 and queen d8.
d3 is aimed at stopping knight d4, I guess, because that's one of the common ideas.
Mm.
Just to exchange pieces on the king side and start putting pressure on c2. And these double pawns, once the knights are exchanged, is not really a big deal for black because white can't attack it really too well.
So something like this.
Like this, yeah.
This would be nice for black.
Hmm. Yeah.
So he went c3, you went queen d8, queen d2, a5, a4.
Yeah, and here I was it here? Yeah, I think I had to play b4.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, after c4, I'm not sure. This is at least what I remember checking briefly after the game. But after c4, like, I mean, it's pretty safe for white at least
Yeah.
because it's really blocked and I cannot create play. And to be honest, I thought BA4 is I mean, most natural continuation because this is what
Yeah.
normally I'm
Yeah,
supposed to do.
I like this move because now you get this knight b6, a4, a3
Yeah.
ideas, queenside play.
But do you know here that I'm losing after knight B6?
Oh my god, you're losing. Wow. Can
Yeah.
we ask our viewers to pause the
No,
video
you
and
cannot
think?
ask because I myself couldn't believe it after seeing it. There's no way. Okay, the viewers might
No,
understand
okay,
it, but
once you tell them it's winning, then they can find something. But if you
no,
don't
but
know in
even
the game,
after no, even after they find it, they won't understand. I wouldn't understand, so I'm not sure anybody would. Like, I'm not sure even Magnus would understand
you
this
know
or
that
anybody.
Magnus is one of the viewers sometimes.
No,
Okay,
I'm
I'm
pretty
joking.
sure. I'm pretty sure, like, in a game at least. Now
Okay,
that I've said it's winning, maybe you might find it, but yeah.
let's
In a
just have a
game,
look at that variation. Bishop
sure.
takes h6.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy move. Okay,
Amazing, I mean,
first
brilliant.
question for me is why not take the rook?
Bishop G5.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
amazing. And you move the queen anywhere? I don't know where.
Okay, can
I
I
don't
not
know
do
where.
bishop e7?
You can do bishop e7, but
h6,
let's see.
huh?
I've not analyzed it fully because I wanted to save it. So I guess h6, yeah.
g6,
Maybe just queen f4 also.
queen f4 or knight f6 followed by queen f4.
Go knight f6, maybe have king h8, and it's a bit difficult to progress. But the thing is to maybe try and keep the g5 square for the knight. So exchange the bishops at the right moment. But yeah, it's definitely many ways for to
So,
attack for white. Yeah.
so what essentially this position says is that, that this rook doesn't matter. The rook on a4, you can play rook down, but you have one, two, three, four, and five guys. That's enough to
Yeah.
checkmate.
The h6 pawn is more valuable than the a4 rook. Yeah.
Wow,
Really
brilliant
amazing.
concept. So
Yeah.
just one more time, and of course, taking here is it doesn't make any sense, right?
Yeah,
Because
now the rook is on a4, so he gets it to g4. That's
yeah,
important.
yeah,
It was really amazing. I mean, it can be given as a puzzle, I guess, also. Yeah.
yes. Yes,
Hmm.
that's true. I mean, the puzzle should be where to move the rook, and then everyone starts thinking positionally, and then bishop e6.
Nuances of rook a2 or rook a1. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, rook
He
a1,
played rook a1 in like less than a minute or something. I was also expecting it. So, yeah, really amazing. So,
a4.
yeah,
You
a4 is pretty
continued
normal.
now everything back to normal. But what I like right now about you is that you are like, okay, it's too tough to find, and that's normal, yeah. Like otherwise, maybe
Hmm.
the previous Leon, as you said, would have been like, oh, I didn't play the best move as per the engine, yeah, something like that.
This is a bit too extreme a case because this is really brilliant. But
Yeah.
in general, yes, what you're saying is right. I would have been upset about some petty mistake here,
Mm.
which should I shouldn't be. Like, I mean, of course, I should be wanting to improve on my play, but yeah, basically I should be fine with what I'm doing here.
Correct. King h8.
Yeah, and Queen C2 had this sneaky idea of playing Bishop H6, G6, Knight F6,
Oh my god.
and
So let's say if you move
D4 next.
a3, now
Yeah,
this time this is quite easy to see,
yeah, and D4. Yeah,
and
nice.
it's a mate. So
Mhm.
you played a prophylactic move king h8.
Yeah, again, I'm not sure it's the best or not, but I was satisfied, so that's more than enough. Yeah.
Yeah. So he went king h1.
Yeah, this I don't understand, but yeah, I mean, what can I say?
I
Like,
think he wants to
probably he
go
didn't
rook
find a plan.
g1 and move the knight and g4 but it takes so much time.
I mean, I thought he could try to play knight h2 and then g4 instead of king h1.
Hmm.
That would have been more interesting. But yeah, I was happy to see king h1. Yeah.
King h1, knight e7, queen
Again, I'm not
f1.
sure this is the best move, but I just want to safeguard the king side by putting the knight on g8. Seemed quite interesting.
Oh, you went to g8. I thought you would go to f5, but then f5 means he'll move the knight
Hmm.
and g4 will come with a tempo.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
so
Yeah.
you were like, let me set all my pieces back to their
No,
original.
basically, I was inspired by this not really famous but very instructive game, Svidler versus Kramnik, in the
Hmm.
same line, King's Indian Attack. And I'll tell you briefly what the thing was.
I can
So
find the
basically,
game.
White had like his bishop on f4, knight on g4.
Let me try and get the game while you
Yeah, I
are.
think it was from Tal Memorial, Moscow Tal Memorial, 2018 or something.
Really, was it 2018? Because I was there.
Yeah, you were there, I think. Yes, I think so. You were there. Yeah, the
Correct.
Rapid or Blitz, one of them.
Okay, let's see. Because they both must have played so many games.
Mm,
So I
yeah,
think getting the year. But if it is
I'm pretty sure it's Tal Memorial. Yeah.
but if it is the same opening, then yes. Got the game.
King's Indian Attack.
Oh my god. It is, you are right.
Mm,
Okay.
2018. Yeah,
Yeah, 2018.
yeah. So this game, very nice, really. And yeah, this is a nice plan to put the queen on d8 and rook on c8. And okay, what happens on the queen side is not really important, but the main plan was on the king side, which he did later. So knight g4, queen f8. Okay, yeah. So basically, White was trying to pile up on the king side. And now, did he play? Okay, wait. One more move. And now,
Yeah.
what did White play? Yeah, okay. Before this, so now with the knight on g4, bishop f4, nothing was happening here on the king side. So Svidler thought, okay, I'll put the knight on h2, bring queen on h5, and put the knight on g4.
Mm, right.
And okay, maybe you can ask the viewers to guess. Like, oh,
Mm.
it's a bit difficult, but it's really instructive. So
But
if you
it's
try to
what
guess,
you did, right? Similar.
it something. I used the knight. Yeah, I used the knight, and his queen wasn't coming here. But the idea was basically the concept was basically the same, and I really liked it.
So what should black do here? Okay, Leon,
Hmm.
what should black do?
He played king h8 here.
King
Really amazing.
h8. Wow. And when the queen
Queen
comes,
h5, queen
now
g8.
queen g. So the idea is to go bishop f8, and
Hmm.
then everyone is like happy, like nicely, snugly sitting together.
Yeah, and all the attack is stopped because queen h7 will defend everything.
Wow.
Really amazing. Yeah. I was
Bishop.
really impressed by this and made a deep impression on me. And basically, Svidler panicked with c5, and yeah, he lost soon
And
later.
How would Kramnik have said after this game? Like,
Conceptually, it is like you put the queen on h7 and there is no attack. It's I remember Gary once said that all attack mostly does not work when there are enough defenders. So maybe it's okay. I mean, I don't know.
that
Okay,
last
be more
part you
confident.
said okay was like Ivanchuk.
Yeah, Ivanchuk. Yeah, Ivanchuk.
But yeah, that
I
was
should
really
try
funny.
Ivanchuk one day, you know? Yeah.
For all the viewers who are not aware, Leon is well known for his mimicry skills, and he's just tremendous at it. Uh,
But actually, Naroditsky is like the perfect. He's just too perfect.
but
I'm nowhere
Naroditsky
close to him.
has a limited repertoire. Like he keeps doing the same. Like you keep introducing new people to meet.
mean, I did do it for fun, so
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
I know. But okay, King H.
Naroditsky is like a pro, so
He's
yeah.
so good at Kasparov and Grishchuk and
Ivanchuk also.
yeah.
Yeah.
So King H
So
97, Queen D2, and now you had this
Edgeworth,
nicely
yeah.
settled in. And
Hmm.
your next move was a little bit interesting because you closed down
Hmm.
the position. Uh,
Yeah.
what was the idea behind it?
Yeah, apparently I know this is lost after C4 and D4 for black
Yeah.
with the computer, but I honestly thought that this idea was quite natural to just play A3 and open the queen side and just go, but it's probably a bit bit slow, so yeah. But okay, I mean, I thought it was fine, so I played it.
So the main idea now for okay, you went bishop c6,
Yeah. I just want
g5.
to attack the A3 pawn a bit more longer, but basically I'm just going to get knight A4, rook B8, and rook B3 or rook B2 here.
Ah. So during the game, you didn't feel that you were worse.
I just thought it was unclear,
Mm.
like really unclear. I was very surprised to see +2 after the thing. So
Yeah,
yeah.
but g5 is a little bit desperate move, no?
This was my idea, in fact, before
Ah,
playing C4.
okay.
I thought it was very interesting, honestly, because I have like many pieces on the king side and I have like a clear plan on the queen side. So why should it be so bad? Yeah. But you
Take,
know the engine.
take.
0, 0, 0 and +2 is unclear for us. So
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, the main point why this is bad is because
Hmm.
after g5, h5, does it mean like you put your bishop here and then knight here and somehow there is pressure on these points?
Yes, I was in fact worried about this during the game,
Hmm.
and but I thought it shouldn't be a big deal. But yeah, I mean, apparently it is. Wait, there was one more interesting thing he could do at some point. Hmm. He was somehow sacrificing a piece. I don't know where exactly I saw the computer, but it was somewhere like in this position, I
Maybe
know.
here, and if you do this, then take something like this.
Probably this, probably this. Yeah.
Take
Yeah,
bishop,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
bishop
Yeah,
e7,
basically with the bishop on f4, I couldn't play g5 because you're sacrificing a piece. Yeah,
and then just f4 and let the
probably, yeah.
pawns flow. Hmm.
Yeah, it's apparently lost. So,
So bishop
but
g3, he went
and
here.
one more thing, like after g5 and h5, like he can attack my h3 pawn, I guess, with what I don't know, bishop,
Hmm.
and I would defend it. Let's say I don't know with
Queen
bishop
e3.
d7
Okay.
and knight h4. How do I defend this? Knight e7 maybe.
Hmm.
And now I saw an interesting idea for him to play rook e3, rook f3, move the bishop, and rook f6.
Wow.
Hmm. And yeah,
This does
apparently
this
looked
does
interesting.
look dangerous for sure.
Yeah, yeah. But okay, I was lucky he was not playing accurately at this point. So
Oh,
yeah, I just went back, covering the g4 square. His idea was knight h4 and f4, so I covered the g6 square.
yeah, and now you have seven pieces on the last rank, Queen c2,
Yeah, yeah.
and this is
And
where you get the playback by playing
yeah,
g5.
yeah, it nicely restricts his pieces. So I was quite satisfied at this point, actually.
Knight g1, rook
Hmm.
d8, and
Rook
now
b.
your plan of knight a4 and getting in.
Yeah. Basically, played too slowly on the king side.
Right. So take,
Hmm.
take, rook
Rook
b8,
b8. Yeah.
and what you realized is that the pieces which were actually attackers are now
Hmm.
kind of useless in this
Slowed
endgame.
down. Yeah. It's just a bit too slow what his plan was. Yeah.
4,
Hmm.
queen b3.
Basically, now this once the c3 pawn falls, it's very difficult to hold it.
Yeah, because if he takes, is a very good demonstration of how no piece can stop this.
Hmm.
Maybe you can do this and 92, but
Basically,
then
I'll win
rook
a piece.
c3.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a piece up. So queen f2 was played. You gave a check.
Hmm.
Knight f1. You
Yeah.
took a pawn.
Yeah, I could have taken c3, but I thought there was nothing wrong with taking here
Hmm.
first. But yeah.
Queen g4. Knight e3. Queen h5.
Hmm.
Fg. And you played bishop e7. And what happened? Did he lose on time?
He actually thought there was extra time on the 40th move, but apparently there was no increment this tournament. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So I thought he just forgot about the clock until like he said, "There's no 30 minutes." I said, "No." So unfortunate. Yeah. And but
Yeah.
I thought this was lost for White, like at least strategically speaking. But Indian says just slightly better for Black. What do you want me to say about that? So
I guess
crazy stuff.
so what the engine says takes and then knight c3. According to you,
Yeah.
this c4 pawn is just very strong and should be clearly
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, also d4 pawn will become weak sooner or later and
Yeah.
much easier played for black. So in any I think I should win this game without many difficulties, but yeah, it's unfortunate to flag.
Hmm.
So yeah.
True, true. But what a fight, yeah. Like I think credit to your opponent for fighting so well, and also for you to have many different ideas in the game.
Yeah, although they were +3.
No, not the most accurate game, but was a great game. Like I
I
think
thought it was very interesting, yeah.
yeah, filled with a lot of interesting moments, and I think that's what is very nice to see the human element.
Hmm.
Let's have a look at the most striking finish, perhaps. Okay,
Hmm.
maybe too much. Would it be right to say the most striking finish of your career till date?
No, I think definitely the one against Victor Gazik was my best
Oh,
overall.
yes. You know, sometimes I watch that interview because it was very cool. The way in which you explained the game and how all the moves were found. I would highly recommend the viewers to check that out. Leon versus Victor Gazic from World Juniors 2019. Um, okay, let's have a look at Wadsworth Matthew. He's a strong player from England.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he is, yeah.
So you're playing black once again, d4, knight f6, c4, e6,
Yeah, I
f.
didn't expect him to go for this. I thought he would go for some one knight f3 or one c4 stuff. But he's been starting to play this recently. He played in the European individual and he played one game there.
Mm.
But I thought it was just like a surprise. And but maybe he's actually shifting his repertoire to this, yeah. So I played Queen's Indian because I know there are positions there where you can just play a slightly worse but playable position. So just to avoid theory, yeah.
I think it's a good opening if you want to just keep playing on a long game.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
So knight c3, knight e4,
Knight e4, bishop d2. All this is theory. D6.
d5
D5 was good.
takes.
And he basically gave up the bishop. Knight takes d2 is very good also. I was not aware of this plan and it's quite dangerous for black. So the point is to play b4 like he did and to put the knight on b3 and you have like firm control to push c5.
Wow.
Yeah, so this was quite strong.
And was he playing very fast?
Pretty fast, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Knight b3, f5.
Yeah,
Now
f5.
f5 is more like I have to do something because he is
Hmm.
coming on the queen side.
Exactly. I thought like 20 minutes or something on this.
Hmm.
And I realized like the situation is actually dangerous. So at least let me try to create some counterplay or the other. Yeah.
Right. So now he has two ideas. One is a4, a5. The other is to play
Hmm.
c5 directly. But how does this work actually? C5.
I
If
took
you
on c5.
if you take here, you are
Hmm.
already losing because of d6.
Yes.
That's the
Hmm.
point.
Common motive. Yeah.
This is hanging and this is hanging. So
Hmm.
you had to take
Yeah.
here, and now you don't want to take here because again you will lose the game after
Yeah.
take
The
takes
same way.
place.
Yeah.
So that's why you played bishop a6.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought like I'm allowing his pawn to c6, but it felt like I have some counterplay at least, practically speaking.
Right.
And I'm not losing by force,
Hmm.
so it might not be too bad.
But I think
Hmm.
overall, like, is it this is interesting because if he has to play c6, knight b6, I now feel where is
Hmm.
his play coming from while your play is very clear with f4, maybe h5, h4, playing on the king side.
Mm, yeah, but the thing is, after that, how do I create attack? Like after h5, h4, then what? It's like not too many pieces. He gets e4 square also, yeah?
Uh-huh. So you're saying that because this knight should have been here, yeah, to at least create some play.
Basically, I felt like my play should be kind of in the center and queen side.
Hmm,
And there are not too many chances because I lack pieces on the king side. So I was hoping for something like bishop f6 and e4 and just avoid some knight d4 tricks and maybe it's okay.
got it. So he
Hmm.
played a4. You
Hmm.
went rook b8.
Rook bit is not the most accurate, but yeah, just knight b5 is there and I miscalculated it actually, knight b5.
What was your plan here? Because a7
I,
pawn is
I,
hanging.
I was planning to take knight a4, but there's just knight c7 and yeah, it was just a blunder basically.
Ah, and then after take, he is better.
Yes, basically now the c pawn is very strong.
Hmm. But
Right.
what were you surprised to see e4? It's like
Very surprised.
you do this generally in online games when you by mistake have clicked a pawn, but here maybe it was a positional exchange sacrifice.
Yes, yes. And I thought it was very dubious in the beginning, but later I thought it might actually be interesting because the point is to like now I don't have all these tricks with the bishop and knight, and I can't push e4. So it's basically trying to play for domination and give up an exchange.
But why
So
not
maybe
f4?
interesting. Yeah, but here I like lose control of the light squares, so I was not too keen on doing this. Like for example, if he goes bishop h3
So you were not
and yeah,
keen.
get to e6 and basically, you'll just come on the queen side and take everything. Take the a7 pawn mainly.
Hmm.
Mm.
So you went g6. You said I'll keep some control on the light
Hmm.
squares. Knight
Yeah, because I
a5.
thought his plan was to play ef5 and hold the e4 square for his knight. So if I play g6, ef5 meant my gf5.
Right.
So my plan was to just sit here. Yeah. So like
Okay.
knight a5, bishop g5. I didn't expect him to put his knight on b7. I thought he would put his bishop on b7. But also then I have tricks on the king side. His king is too weak. Yeah.
Yeah, even here, if you see, like, what is this knight
Hmm.
doing here? And you already
Exactly.
have some great
Exactly, his
pieces.
knight is really useless on b7, actually. It's literally doing nothing.
Yeah, maybe in some endgame it can sack on d6, but
Yeah,
that's the only
yeah.
thing.
Hmm.
Queen
No,
e2.
but like even now with knight on b7, he cannot really get my a7 pawn. That's the major part of it, yeah. So I played
Okay,
rook
so
s1, just improving move here.
a5, knight
Knight c8 is
c8,
forced. Yeah. You went
h4,
h4. Okay, all forced stuff. So,
h3, rook a8.
hmm.
Okay.
So basically my rook is useless on b8 and I need to defend the a7 pawn. So rook 8 look kind of improving move. Yeah. Move that I had to make at some point.
Yeah, knight b5,
Hmm.
and now you went king h8.
Now the funny thing and why I found this game interesting was because apparently here I'm just winning,
Hmm,
and I thought I was playing for a draw,
really?
and he also thought the same thing, and we both thought White was trying to play for a win because he had some domination here,
Wow.
and my pieces were stuck. So. What do you think? Like you do you agree or do you think like I have chances?
Well, my feeling is that if you can kind of coordinate your, see, I want to put my knight on e7,
Hmm.
but somehow c7 is hanging. So let's say
Yes.
if I can push, play knight
Hmm.
e7, but
Hmm.
then at the right time I need to maybe take on e4 or push f4.
Hmm.
What is white planning? Like, what is white's plan?
My worry was that after a6, he will like reroute his knight to b4 and get the a6 pawn. But exactly what you said, this is the plan to actually play a6, knight e7, and attack on the king side. And that's the reason why I'm winning.
So a6, let's say he does this, knight e7,
Hmm.
and then maybe at the right
Yeah.
time you can open this or this.
Also, knight c2, he has to be worried about fe4 at various moments. Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm not sure here or not, but yeah, maybe as bishop e6, but it's becoming more and more unclear. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So here you went king g7
Yeah, my
and
idea is just to wait. It
you
was very
had
funny.
played king h8 last move. You went king g7.
Yeah, he
Okay.
also like tried to gain a bit more time. And I just went back. It was very funny. And we both realized that the only way white can play for a win is to play rook b3, rook f3.
Oh, that's why you played a6. Yeah, he kind of
I was forced
forced
to
you.
play
He
a6.
kind of forced you to do something.
If he had just waited, we would have I'm pretty sure we would have drawn the game. Yeah. It was really very funny this thing. Yeah.
So knight c3, you got your knight here. Rook b1. Now, did you start feeling
Hey, wait,
confident
one
or?
moment before I go on. When his rook was on b2 and his knight was on b5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
here.
here exactly. King g7. You wouldn't believe this also. White is winning here.
Oh, finally the knight on b7 finds the role, yes?
Yeah.
Oh,
Again,
but
this is like the
how?
previous game. Really, really difficult to
Okay, this
understand.
your games have like material for writing a book actually. These all these stuff,
Surprisingly, yes.
Dvoretsky books, position or Yakov
Yeah.
Bagal's books. Okay, so
Yeah.
white to play. What should white do here to get a big advantage?
But it's really difficult to understand, like the previous game here.
Okay, so Leon, first take, and then what?
The brilliant sacrifice bishop into f5.
Wow. Okay, I
I thought
take
it
with
was
the
like,
queen.
yeah, now knight d8. Like, really amazing,
Oh,
honestly.
knight d8. I was thinking like some sacks here, but there is already great control on d6. But
Yeah.
knight d8 hitting the rook and threatening knight e6
Hmm. It's like he sacrificed a piece to gain a piece.
to sort of make his knight on b7 alive.
Yeah, yeah. Sacrifice a piece to gain a piece.
Wow, that's a nice concept.
And it's like rook down, but brilliant domination.
Wow, amazing.
Mm.
Also, knight d8 not an easy move to spot.
Yeah, but that's basically the point of bishop f5. So I'd say this concept is might be difficult to understand. Yeah?
Correct.
But of course, this was too difficult for humans to find. So yeah, rook b3. Yeah, finally I was forced to play a6. So and now
Now,
knight
now
e7.
you get everything rolling. You got your queen back. Maybe now the other rook is coming in.
Around here, I realized that I have serious chances to win because he can't really reroute his knight, and it's me who's dictating play. Yeah. So
Yeah. So rook f8.
this was the right moment. Yeah.
Right moment to give up the pawn fe,
Hmm. Hmm.
knight e4, and now
Yeah.
because he can't take fe, he's just losing the rook here. So
Hmm.
he had to
Yeah.
play knight e4, and now you got this move, knight e5.
Yeah. Basically, it's really lost. He collapsed pretty fast, but I'm not sure what to recommend also for him.
Yeah.
And here
And
also, it's important to see like these improving moves of king h8. Like it's these are, I think, like mainly the reason why one player wins the game because of these improving moves, like king
he
h8.
true.
So I found that important. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, e4 is not the only way to win, but I liked it to create some dark squares. Yeah.
With your queen maybe moving in, perhaps.
Mm. Yeah.
So he went here, bishop d4,
Mm.
a6, bishop b6.
Yeah, just to stop the knight a5 stuff and lock the knight over there.
Yeah, queen e5, you're happy to go into an endgame because I think if he takes, you take, and then rook
He took
a8.
actually.
Ah, he took.
Mm.
Take.
Yeah, if he keeps queens also, he'll lose. So
Yeah.
yeah, lost anyways.
H5 takes, king h3, king g7, king h4, rook
Yeah.
f2,
Mm.
bishop
Now
h3.
here, my original plan was not to play king h6. I wanted to play rook h2
Hmm.
and say a nice zugzwang here because if you go knight d8, there is bishop c5, was it? I think bishop c5, yeah.
Ah, with the idea of.
Oh, wait,
No,
sorry,
no,
there's
knight
knight
e6.
e6. Yeah. Wait, I'm not sure what king f6. Yeah, king f6 was my plan. And to dominate the knight also.
Hmm.
This is really satisfying.
And so this cannot move. This guy cannot move. Now this guy cannot move. So that's Zugzwang.
Yeah, knight b7, king e7. That would be like really
Wow.
nice. But
Wow.
unfortunately, he had instead of knight, yeah, this line, yeah. And instead of knight b7, he had knight like rook h2, knight a5. So that was quite unfortunate.
Here? Ah,
Yeah,
got it.
I can't do anything. So yeah.
But okay, In the game, you went directly for an attack
Hmm.
on the king. It's too exposed. And now, what did Leon do to
Hmm.
finish his opponent off? Black to play.
Hmm.
Leon, can you tell us the move that you played?
I played rook f4 here. Check.
Beautiful, beautiful move.
Hmm.
Sacrificing your rook. It takes. Then there is mate. What a pretty mate.
Hmm. Yeah.
There were lines where white could have got better by sacrificing a rook, and finally you sacrificed a
Yeah.
rook here, and he resigned because it's game
Hmm.
over. So brilliant game here. Very interesting fighting chess by you. And maybe just very quickly, we've seen like two games in quite some depth. But
Hmm.
if we can look at the game where you managed to beat Nigel Davies, a
Okay.
grandmaster from, uh, I think he doesn't. Where does he live for now?
He was representing Wales, I thought, but here he's representing England, so I have no idea.
Hmm. So Nigel Davis versus you. And
Hmm.
the funny thing is Nigel Davis has actually made a Fritz trainer on ChessBase saying how to beat young players.
Hmm.
Were you aware of that before the game?
I have no idea about it. No.
Yeah, and so that was something maybe he had some plan in mind. But I really like the opening Leon because I analyzed this game and
Hmm.
Queen C2 idea.
Hmm.
Maybe Vidit inspired by Vidit somehow or
Actually, I didn't know Vidit played this often, but I just thought this was an interesting like way to avoid the main line against this line.
hmm.
So yeah.
Four. And I think he played well till here.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to know like the main line of this stuff, but apparently he's well prepared. Yeah. Hmm.
A6.
No, like I was really honestly surprised, genuinely surprised. Normally I would guess correctly that they would not know, but this time I was, yeah.
Did the
Yeah,
move
I
knight
remember I
g4
think till
surprise you?
I I knew that this was not the main move, but
Hmm.
I didn't remember exactly what was the main move. So
Maybe
I was not
maybe
sure after knight
b5, no?
g4.
b5, bishop b7.
Yeah, probably, yeah. But it's still like pretty sharp. That can go. The three results, all three results possible here.
So
Yeah.
knight g4, g3.
Yeah, G3 was not the best. I thought like H3, of course, but he had like H5, and I was like kind of worried about this, but it's nothing, honestly. Like
Just
I can even
forget
go
the
like
knight.
yeah, just forget. No, I thought I had like no way of improving, like developing pieces, but if I just go bishop B3, something like that,
Hmm.
then yeah, I mean the problem is black cannot castle.
Yeah.
So I simply like go bishop D2 maybe next and rook C1. Yes.
Hmm. Got it. And in the game, you went g3, he went knight e5, take,
Yeah.
take. And now, I mean, I was expecting that you would just play bishop b3 and just
Mm.
have no real worries.
Mm.
But you
Yeah.
went bishop f4. And had you
I
seen this
thought this
through
was the most
g5?
natural actually. No, I thought just bishop f4 was natural. I didn't see g5. And my plan after bishop f4 is to go bishop b3 and rook c1.
Yeah, makes sense. Like bishop b3, bring this rook here, bring the other rook here. Looks great.
Yeah.
But when
But
you
g5 I
played
did not see. Yeah.
g5, now,
Mm.
if you hadn't seen and if someone panics, I think the first instinct is to just take and say, I'm not going to lose material.
This is generally what I do.
So,
Yeah.
how did
Yeah.
you decide to take on g5?
He spent like 16 minutes on g5. So in that time I realized like, oh, g5 is possible. And bishop and e5 is definitely like equal at the very best for
Mm,
me, if not worse.
mm.
So I really was forced to look into this direction. Otherwise, I'd have been happy with equal material.
And this actually helped you to create some kind of a brilliancy. You went rook c1.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think
Yeah.
there is this small little intermediate move
Mm, yeah,
for
yeah.
forcing
But
him.
again, yeah, yeah. Like I would like few months back, I would be very unhappy with myself that I would not. play rook fd1, but now I have no regrets playing rook ac1.
Yeah.
So like rook g8, bishop h4.
I think the main point is that you can't play bishop f4 where you want your bishop to be because of queen takes and the
Yeah.
pawn is pinned here.
Hmm.
This way, sorry, that's a wayward rook. Yeah. And you went
Hmm.
here b5.
Yeah, the important thing is to stop knight a4. So he should have played bishop d7, but this was like, yeah. If you think a bit, you'll understand. But he did not think. So that was the mistake, I
Bishop
think.
by b3.
He played these moves very fast, which I think is the main mistake of his play here.
Hmm. And he is threatening to take here on h4, but you found the best move once again, which is
Hmm.
king h1.
Yeah, I think he missed this. So yeah.
And now queen d2, just trying to trade queens. And you were super alert and you played rook f d1. If you take on
Yeah.
e2, there's mate on d1. Wow.
Mhm. Yeah.
Brilliant. So this is how your tournament. I mean, you got the first place because you won it with a round to spare.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what was the prize money like, Leon?
It was like not too big, but not too small. So it was first prize was 1,000 euros.
Hmm. And
Hmm.
generally in such tournaments, how are the conditions? Like, was it nice to play there? Do you
Yeah.
enjoy?
Yeah. I mean, Slovenia in general is a really nice place. I realized,
Hmm.
and the playing conditions were pretty good. Yeah. I mean, nothing to complain about.
Brilliant, brilliant.
Hmm.
Well, Leon, it was an absolute pleasure looking through your games. Just tell me one thing.
Hmm.
You were on 8 out of 8. You could have just taken it lightly in the last round because you had won the tournament. You had gained so many rating points. You were sure. But you know, when I messaged you, you said there's one more round. Why? There's no congratulations here. Yeah, like how do you get that sort of?
No, I had once I started winning like 5 out of 5, 6 out of 6, I had ambitions to get like 9 out of 9. I didn't care about first place and all. I wanted like 9 out of 9.
Hmm.
So I realized I came so close. There's no way I'm going to allow this to go so easily.
So you
So yeah,
wanted to get 9 out of 9, which is very uncommon generally. One draw
yeah.
players usually do. So that helped you to reach the 100% score. And with that,
Mhm.
Leon, you are now very close to reaching 2600. We wish you good luck for Bundesliga and then the
Thank
tournaments
you.
up ahead. As always, a huge pleasure interacting with you.
Thank you very much, Sagar.